In last week's video, I showed me starting the GMTK Gamejam, and that jam lasted 4 days. I'm recording this on the last day of the Gamejam. There is a little less than 4 hours left, and I have a lot of work to get done. I wanted to record this video to just touch on being committed to something and executing on that commitment, and that's what I'm going to do in this video for this Gamejam. I have a lot of work to do and not a lot of time, but I said I was going to do something, so I'm staying committed to it. I'm going to just do as much as I can in the last 3.5 hours that I've got, because I didn't even make the itch.io page for the game yet to submit it. I gotta make most of the art for the game. I've got to implement that art. I've got no sound effects in the game yet, no music, and right now the world is just procedurally generated, and I was just doing that so it was quicker and easier to test things. But I want the game to be a handmade map so I can better control how and when things happen. I have to get to work. Like I said, I got 3.5 hours to do all that work. Let's get right into it.
Just a quick recap of what the game is that I am making for this Gamejam. It is a farming sim meets city builder where the different actions needed are mapped to certain powers based off the 4 seasons of our year, and they constantly are looping through each other. With that recap out of the way, I want to touch on the work that I've done after last week's video up until submitting the game. I created machines that spawn in the world that the player can fix and activate that provide passive effects. I also gave the player the ability to place different buildings as well as plant different crops. This is all in order to commit to the farming sim meets city builder concept. Now, all those additions occurred in the days leading up to the submission day. Once submission day arrived, I began doubting whether or not I was going to be able to finish the tasks I had left. On top of that, I originally wanted to use a new art style I had never used before, which is drastically different from pixel art. I even practiced the weeks leading up to this moment, but the doubt was already there. But then I remembered what I said before, being committed to something and executing on that commitment. That wiped the doubt away. I got to work doing my best. I started making the art in the new art style and new software, and I was flying. The world tiles were drawn, the player sprites were implemented, but maybe I wasn't flying at all.
Overall, my game, could have been a lot better. I think I could have used my time more efficiently. I do wish I did a little more work on the game, spent more time, didn't get as distracted as I did, but I had a lot to do with only 4 hours to do them, and I got everything done except there's no sound effects in the game, which I just used music from my last game, Slide and Glide. So there's no sound effects, but I definitely experienced some doubt in my project and whether I should actually finish it or submit it. I gotta stay committed to the things I say I'm going to do, because if I gave up on this Gamejam and on this project, nothing would stop me from quitting Infernal Antlers, my main game that I'm making right now, or quitting YouTube, because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So I made sure to stay committed on this project like I said I would. I am really happy with the idea, the vision I had for the game. Wasn't able to execute 100% on that vision, mainly because I didn't have the time, and that's on me for it being my first time, and normally taking years to make games. But I'm just happy with what I was able to get done and the amount of time that I spent working on the game. And yeah, just really happy that I stay committed to this project. But if you didn't see the video where the theme was announced and I ideated on that theme, come up with this game and make it, you can go watch that video up in the corner right here. But this is Mr. Rhodes signing off for now.